Come out to the bar.
Hello YouTube, cheers and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And The Basement Debates is the first exclusive hip-hop debate format. Every Tuesday and Friday, we talk on the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. So welcome back, Basement family. And this is the big one, guys and gals. Goodz versus Cassidy in Atlanta. We've been waiting for it.
All our battle fans have been waiting a long time for this one.
It happened. We got a debate on our hands. With that being said, Lego. Yeah, man.
We back.
We back. Appreciate all the love for all of our past joints. We had the Blueface show. We had a lot of comments. We got something for y'all, man. Thank you guys so much. But we're back. Let's talk about this battle, man. In Atlanta, first of all. Was that Smack's first time in Atlanta?
Smack, I do believe. I'm not sure Smack ever hosted a battle in Atlanta. To be quite honest,
it might be the last time.
I'm not sure he should do it again.
Damn! It might be the last time in Atlanta.
I'm not sure how you felt, Bruce, but overall I enjoyed the battle, but a lot of the times the venue, the crowd, and it kind of makes for a good battle, and that element of it wasn't quite there, or wasn't quite what it usually is.
Right.
I'm not sure if it was too big of a venue for the size of the crowd, or was it too small of a venue. I'm not sure which one, but it wasn't lit. It wasn't litty like it usually is. Listen, I know you took some.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna say it again. You guys watch the whole thing. Just watch this, because let's talk about who won. We have a debate right there. Who we think won and why. But I don't think it was the size of the venue. I don't think it was the amount of people there by any means. But that's gonna go into exactly why I think who won. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on that. Tell me who you think won.
As it is,
had nothing to do with the size. It's Atlanta, but we'll talk about that.
As for how I scored the battle, I had Goodz coming out on top 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
And I say 2-1 because, at best, for Cassidy, the first round you could debate. It may have been debatable the first round. The next 2 rounds clearly went to Goodz. Clearly. The last round for sure, which, as we all know, in this battle competition, most of them saved their best bars and their best lines and their best schemes for the last round. By the time the second round had come around, I felt the energy, the momentum, stage presence was all owned by Goodz by that point.
Turn my shit up, man. I gotta bring them back. Turn me up. Bring these niggas back, man. He just said something about my daughter. And for that, I had to have a little poise. You should be worrying about your wife, because she looked like a 12-year-old little boy. Just spit around.
Cassidy came with his usual punchlines. He came with bars. He had bars. It's just you're running up against one of the best dudes that's in the business right now when you talk about Goodz. You talk about the swagger, you talk about his stage presence, you talk about intensity, energy level, polished experience. It's all there with Goodz. And like I said, his first round I don't think was the best. But clearly by the second and third, you kind of, and maybe, the lack of the crowd, or the crowd seemed to have sided with Goodz after that second round. So maybe that had something to do with why I felt the momentum was all the way in Goodz' corner. But I felt myself without a crowd that the momentum, was with Goodz at that point. And like I said, just the better lines. Truthfully, there was, when I say accuracy, there was accuracy and truth in what Goodz was speaking as far as what he was saying about Cassidy. Because I think all of us have felt like, first of all, his physical appearance is not what it was. And all of us get older, granted, whatever the case, we don't look the same as we used to 10 years ago. But he did, if you've seen Cassidy lately, he did look sick or like he, something was wrong with him or whatever.
Before y'all started smoking crack, your life was beautiful.
Secondly, his flow is outdated. It may have not have shown that much in the disaster battle because he simply outrhymes disaster. On any day, on a bad day, Cassidy will outrhyme a disaster.
So I want to speak to that. Well, go ahead.
But clearly, in the Goodz battle, you tend to sound like how Joe Budden sounded. And not quite that bad. I'm not going to throw him under the bus like that, but you don't sound quite that, because at least he finished his rhymes, finished his bars, and was in pocket. But as far as how you're approaching your bars and how you're approaching these lines and how you're setting up these schemes, it's like throwing to the wide receiver that it's like throwing to Michael Irvin and you know that he's gonna take the 10 in post. Like you know where it's going. You know exactly where the pass is going. You know who he's going to. And it's like that's how his punchlines and his lines start becoming received. He doesn't think so. There was a time in the battle he said, "Yo, y'all," the crowd was actually booing him.
Started booing.
And he got frustrated, which you don't do in a battle.
No, but he did better than Buttons. He kept rapping right through it.
He finished it.
He kept rapping right through it.
But he got frustrated nonetheless.
He freestyled after that. Freestyled on him.
He tried to improvise.
And they didn't catch it. Oh, we gotta talk about this, man.
And but nonetheless, He went on to say that y'all are booing the hottest rapper in the world and the hottest raps in the world, and people were like, "Whoa, what are you talking about, Cassidy? Yo, just relax, man. Relax." And Cassidy has always taken that confidence and arrogance about his skill set or whatever as far as raps and bars are concerned. He wore the bars, his back t-shirt or whatever the case. But Goodz pointed out to him like, "Dude, you're not that hot like 15 years ago. You're not that hot, man. You're not that hot, simply." And now, 15 years later, that same approach, that same delivery, it's really outdated at this point. Like, you come with that same delivery and that same style over and over and over and over and over again.
Let me get in.
It just becomes, we're expecting it. It become predictable almost. And again, I felt that. And I felt when Goodz said that about him. So we'll let Bruce tell you what his take on the battle.
I understood that. I did understand that. And don't get me wrong. I think that Cassidy eked it out. 2-1 Cassidy. He won the first and second round. And only because I had to go back and watch it again because the crowd was so horrible. And the whole time he sucked the energy out of bars that were actually good. But we'll get to that in 1 second. I want to talk about the style that we say is outdated. There's a difference between outdated and classic. There's classic. Believe it or not, your boy Cassidy has never been that engaging on the stage. He never has been. Like when we go back to the disaster, he doesn't have the stage presence disaster has. It's always been the bars with him. He doesn't have the stage presence Freeway has. it's always been the bars with him. So it always ekes it out. If you're gonna tell me that Goodz is a better stage guy, which he is because he got even that ridiculously uneducated hip hop crowd to show a little love, and I'm gonna prove that they had no idea what he was saying in just a minute. Even though he had that, Cassidy's bars in all 3 rounds were so outstanding. The guy had the better bar. Lost. There'll never be another battle in Atlanta. And despite what others may say, or maybe it wasn't enough people in the room, or they weren't hype enough, the truth is, I'm going to be brutally honest, they have a lack of hip-hop education.
That's tough.
Yes. And I'm going to show you why. Now, when Goodz finally got the crowd on his side, number one, you could tell that Goodz was trying to give his best, but in doing so, he lost one of his best qualities, which is comedy. He had 3 or 4 funny lines in there. Usually it's the comedy that he comes with that's so potent. But he was trying to go with the hardest rap, and to me, it wasn't match. If you're trying to go bar for bar against Cassidy, Cassidy had so many schemes. Up by losing his comedy. But when he finally got the crowd to go, yeah, hey, and the crowd decided that they were on his side, he would set up good bars and the crowd would go, ooh, on the setup. Because they were faking it. They didn't know what he was talking about. Every time Cassidy was looking crazy, it was because he had heat. And if it was anywhere where they listened to bars and they understood hip hop and they understood the culture of the battle thing, I don't know why, I'm not going to assume why, but I promise you, anywhere else, you would have got the ooh, or get him Cass, or anything. Something, you would have gotten that. It was obvious that they did not get half or 60 to 70% of the bars that were spit from either one of them. But more importantly, he did 10-minute schemes. Full schemes, full bars that the crowd did not understand. We know this because even the commentators, when I looked at it, the other people who were on the card, the crowd reacted the same way to all of them because they did not understand the bars. The education of hip hop, the level is ridiculous. They're waiting for Migos to come on stage, was the problem. It was not Cass's fault that he got that boo. And I'm gonna tell you, when I went back, because the crowd was so lackluster, it turned the whole thing whack. Smack lost, not either of the 2 rappers, but Cassidy had the better bars. Goodz did get him in the end when you start talking about the jail time. I'll even let you speak to that. But just bars alone, go back and watch it. Get your bars up, Atlanta. That's embarrassing.
First,
you laughing at setups before the bar comes.
I'm going to allow you any longer to disrespect such a prominent hip hop city such as Atlanta.
They're waiting for Gucci Man to come back on.
Not allow you to sit here and bamboozle.
I got the footage.
Our fans into thinking that Atlanta is such a uneducated hip hop city.
I didn't think so. The people who showed up that day proved it to me. You should never have another one of these battles in Atlanta, Smack. It made it look whack. Tell me the truth. You said in the beginning it was lackluster, and you thought it was because there's less people in there.
Right.
I think it's because it was when you start laughing and clapping at the setup and don't get the actual punchline. It lets me know that's your fault.
I tend to attribute the lack of energy. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what venue, but I'm almost willing to bet whatever venue that it was booked at, it was its first hip-hop event ever booked there. Not hip-hop event, excuse me, battle rap hip-hop event ever booked there. Is battle rap performances fairly new to Atlanta? Somewhat. This style of it, Smack, again, as we said at the intro at the beginning, this may have been Smack's first time booking a big event down in Atlanta. So
they've had other battles in Atlanta.
Not that they haven't, but like I said, you know, is it fairly new to Atlanta? That's fair to say. But to go as far as to say that people just didn't understand the bars, or that the bars
it was obvious, man,
over everybody's head, nah, I'm not gonna go that far. And here's why I'm not gonna go that far, because it's not like Cassidy. What's the guy we watch? JC. When he was talking about, he had a scheme where his name is JC and he went to talking biblical about Jesus Christ. It wasn't that deep for Cassidy. I'm not gonna sit up here and hold y'all like, oh, Cassidy's bars was just so well over your head that people wasn't.
But they were good.
Picking it up. People picked it up. As I stated before, they were boring. As you stated, there was nothing to feel. You see, there's a difference. That's why the battle rap is such a skill. That's why it's such an art form, a different art form than just rhyming over the beat. Because a lot of artists think that, yeah, I'm one of those smooth rappers that stays in pocket and I'm ill with mine. And you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I was an artist like that. But it's a whole different ball game when you have to go out there and perform it live and get the crowd to feel you. To feel what you wrote down for the last 6 months. Like, come on, Cat. Like, nobody, like I said, nobody was really feeling them. And like I said, the same delivery we remember in 05. Like, nobody was feeling them. It wasn't the fact, yeah, you coming with the same old bars. Yeah, you got a little scheme to them.
If you look at 50,
you had the backyard, and your dog had a dog's house in the backyard. We remember all of that nonsense. Nobody was really jacking it. Nobody was really feeling it like that. Period.
With the whole scheme, if you look at it in the bubble, in the vacuum, without that crowd killing the mood, dude had better bars first and second round, period. Goodz did not have the same comedy and the same that same oomph that he usually has. The last round he killed him, very sure, but that still means 2-1. It still means 2-1. Cass. But fine, you guys have seen, and we'll put out some more of the footage as best we can without getting dinged out here on YouTube. You tell us, did the crowd kill it for us? And none of them lost. To me, my position is Smack lost the battle. He should not go back to Atlanta. It was obvious.
You want to make up built-in excuses for him and this and that, but the truth is the crowd responded to who they were feeling, as I responded to who I was feeling, and we just happened to agree. Again, I won't sit back and say that, because we've seen with rappers just get pushed into the battle, whatever, and they fold. Then we've seen the best of them fold up. It wasn't like Cassidy folded. He completed his schemes. He completed his bars. He got those out. He got them off. What they felt. See, a lot of times
they weren't understood.
A lot of times, like with basketball or boxing and any other sport, you can have a bad night. You can have, and excuse me, battle rap is one of those where it's hit or miss. You might come out and say, oh, my schemes is on point, boom, boom, boom. Y'all didn't hear what I said? That's how he was kind of, when people didn't react to his.
No, he did that once and let it go.
Like,
he couldn't understand why they didn't understand.
This the hottest rhymes in the world, and dudes is like, yo, man, sit down, man. You're not that hot. You're not that hot. I don't know why you can't. You're the only one that don't see it.
The move still sounds the same.
You're not that hot.
Years ago.
You're not that hot. Nah, Murder Mook pulled out the Buster joint and told Lux like, yo.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? The schemes. Now, if Lux bought the casket to Calico's battle with the fresh suit and told him, yo, your daddy was a lost nigga, not a gangster. You gotta come with some shit nobody never seen or heard before. That's battle rap.
I don't think Goodz did that
not just the same old canned goods. I put you in the canned goods.
Oh man, you just keep saying that. I'm bringing up a whole lot of other joints.
Nobody not feeling that.
Oh man,
But y'all let us know. Give us feedback. Who did you think won the battle?
Goodz had some lame
the
lines
venue
too.
at all? Did you think that it was just Atlanta just wasn't embracing the lines that were being said? Y'all let us know. I don't happen to
behind the scenes. They said that every person that was on that night got the same treatment from the Atlanta fans. They did not understand it.
I don't happen to agree with the fact that Atlanta fans just don't understand hip hop. I don't agree with that.
I'm just telling you what I heard from people who saw the whole thing, all of the cards.
As
all the cards.
Opposed to other battles.
Not just Cassidy.
I don't feel like this particular one was and the energy levels wasn't there.
Regardless.
So but again, I got Goodz in 2-1. He has Cassidy 2-1. Y'all let us know what y'all think about it.
Listen, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm about to shout out everybody because I told you I would. But stay tuned because Friday we're gonna take the best of these comments and we're gonna debate them. Right now, I'm just shouting out everybody's name. We're just going down the list. Thank you to 2Tank. Thank you, Daniel Smith. Thank you, Promise Laya. L1AH. Promise Laya. Thank you, New Aura. OORAH. Thank you, New Aura. Appreciate that. Zay Gangsta, aka Relevantor. Thank you. Harley Queen. I like how you spelled that. QU33N. Harley Queen. Appreciate you. 330I Gang. Appreciate that. Y'all check them out. Genesis Barnes. Thank you. Life with Tim. Thank you. Bootney Lee Farnsworth. I love the name. Thank you. We're definitely going to discuss you on Friday. CJack08. Appreciate you. Couch Vibes. Appreciate you. Jay Blaze. Y'all check them out, man. Appreciate you. Mark Coster, aka Lil Do. Appreciate you. Shouting out the Positive Vibes right now. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. Team GBTV. Y'all check them out. Billy Johnson. I appreciate you, man. I think you don't really have much on your YouTube, if I remember correct. But salute to you, man. Salute to you. Maybe you do. Street Fighter player, appreciate you. Whammy Gunslinger. Oh yeah, we definitely got to talk to you on Friday. Chris, just that, Chris. Appreciate you. Michelangelo Henry, thank you. And last but not least, Miss Lamar, you got a shout out from us, man. That's it. You guys tell us what you think. Look at the footage. Listen to what I said. Listen to what he said. And leave those comments right there because we do shout you out. With that being said,
that's it. I just want to say I appreciate all the love. We getting back to work, cooking up these dope shows for y'all. We got a lot on deck as hip hop offers us. Keep tuning in, keep subscribing, keep checking my man Bruce for those beats. He still got the heat.
You probably heard some in this show.
We off this. It's the basement.
Peace.